We know you're single, and if you want to stay single, that's cool. 2019, absolutely cool. But if you want to change things up before Valentine's Day next year, 2020, we're trying to help you out here.
Yeah, if you don't know where to start, here's some people who have some ideas. How about that? Let's bring in Erika. She's the founder of the online dating site A Little Nudge. You're going to give us a nudge today?
I am. I'm going to give you a big push if I need to.
Okay. And then we have Dr. George James, a licensed marriage and family therapist at the Council for Relationships. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, let's start off with, what do you think about online dating? It's been around 25 years now. Do you say yes, go for it? And if you do, what are the pitfalls of it?
Good question. So obviously, yes, go for it. Because if you want access to people you would never have access to, they're online dating. The pitfalls are putting yourself online and not actually doing anything about it. So I have a lot of friends, clients, who, you're laughing because it's true, who will swipe until the rest of eternity and then not have a conversation with anyone and not set up any dates and say, it doesn't work. Well, yeah, that's not how it works. You have to actually be proactive about it and put the work in. Did I say work? Yes. It takes a lot of work.
It's work.
Exactly.
Okay. Doctor?
I would say I agree. Like, it's important to date more, and sometimes with life and responsibilities, online dating can be convenient and give people access to people that they wouldn't other have a chance to see. So not only that, but the pitfalls, I agree, is that not doing all the work, not putting on a profile that represents you, not pictures that don't represent you, doing things that don't really look like you.
Is it successful? I mean, I know a lot of people that have met, married, have children.
Online.
Of course, it's success. I mean, it doesn't matter how you meet, right? It's just, if you want to meet someone, the tool you use doesn't matter. It's just that you've used it to meet somebody. So yes, you're always going to find a horror story and a love story, but all you have to do is put yourself out there and make your own story,
But it seems like there are two camps. There's some people that just, we talked about it in the meeting yesterday. Would you ever? Absolutely not. What is the fear?
I think,
or is it, no, I just want it to happen natural?
Yes, more organic, like, they'll be placed in my life. I'll walk down the street and, there they are.
That doesn't necessarily always happen. You know, the thing about online dating is that if you were supposed to just keep your relationship online, then that's a true pitfall. But you start online and you gradually move that to face-to-face and a full-fledged relationship.
You know how I meet women normally? I find women who have lowered their standards to me.
Oh, stop it.
No, I mean,
but we should talk standards.
Do they get in the way? Sometimes your standards are way up here?
They do sometimes. Not that standards get in the way, but because online dating especially gives you options for selecting people. So if you're on Match.com, for example, I mean, you could select by eye color if you want. Really, in the scheme of life, does it matter what eye color your partner has? No. So you don't want to get so in the weeds that you're being so picky that you're not actually meeting anyone. So,
yeah, I agree. Like, you want to have standards. You want to have deal breakers, things that you say that I'm not going to do or not going to go there.
Like religion or something.
Right, that might be. But you don't want to have so many requirements that you lose out. Because I know so many people that connect with someone else that wasn't necessarily on their list.
Yeah.
And they opened up and they found like, wow, I can connect with that person. I love that person who's different than what I thought.
You know, maybe I'll change my mind about online dating, because it is like working out a menu. I mean, you'd eliminate so many people that you would meet in a bar or on a street, right? It's like custom making a car.
You know a lot more about the person before you go in, which does save time. Like, let's say, for example, you want to start a family. You can find out that information
before you go on a first date.
Before you go on a first date.
Exactly. Don't waste your time. Okay, what about dating around? Some people like to do the quantity method. You just go out there and do as much as you can and figure out if something sticks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket at the beginning, so I don't know if I would use the term dating around, because I think that would have a negative connotation. But I would do online.
Does it?
I would say so. But I would do online dating with the goal of meeting a number of people and then deciding for yourself when to close the doors on the people.
I had a conversation at the basketball game last night with a friend. He goes, I'm just dating around, which means is he doesn't want to find a relationship before Valentine's Day 2020.
He's just having fun.
I think it is important for you to figure out what you really want. And sometimes the way to do that is to date around or to have multiple opportunities. But what I see often in my office is that sometimes people will date 2, 3 people to try to make one perfect person. And so they're not making a choice of who they want. They're like, oh, this person is fun, this person's intellectual, this person is a caring parent, but they want all of that in one person. And so you have to make a choice. One person is not going to give you everything, but they can give you most of what you want.
If you want to be in a relationship by 2020, you're going to have to go out on a date.
Yeah, more than one date. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are expecting.
Get out there.
A lot of my clients are expecting this spark, this perfection,
Yes.
these fireworks on the first date.
Yes.
And I always have to say, well, that's lovely in the movies. That's not necessarily reality.
Wait, sparks don't exist? We shouldn't be looking for sparks?
I mean, unless you're looking at fireflies on your first date, probably not. So, you know, if you want to have one more conversation with a person, that's the only criteria I would use for a second date.
How about a first date at Love Park? We have a segment coming about Love Park. Are you involved with someone?
Oh, that's for me to know.
Oh.
I'm married.
Oh, well, never mind.
If I date, my wife will have some words about that.
So I will not give you my business card.
That is great.